January 2024, and my fly fishing adventure starts here on the Limay Medio, Argentina. After a long flight from London to Buenos Aires, an internal flight to Neuquen, and a 4-hour coach journey to Piedra del Águila, I was ready to stay for a few days at the campsite run by the Martinez family and settle in. The clear, cold, well-oxygenated water that is released daily from the dam upstream is home to huge trout, and fishermen travel from all over the world to catch and release them. I learned to listen for the siren which sounded when water was about to be released from the dam, which can be dangerous. And it was my chance to try packrafting for the first time. I never even knew what a packraft was until I started watching YouTube videos during COVID. My dream was to bring one here and fish rivers I could never reach on foot or by car. A packraft is essentially an inflatable kayak. Small and light enough to be carried in a backpack, but large enough to carry all your gear once on the river. I was ready to set off on my solo float downstream with a tent, 3 days' food and 2 fishing rods. I asked about river conditions at the campsite and was told it was mainly flat with some white water. This bit here was about as bad as it got. This part of the Limay is remote. There is a main road about 10 kilometres away, but the land is rough and not easily crossed in temperatures of around 30 degrees. This was the only person I saw in 3 days. Mobile coverage is patchy, and the local guides were worried about me travelling alone with no signal. It was the end of the first day and time to find a place to camp. Although the land here is private, there was nobody here to ask or object. I chose a spot on raised ground, well away from any change in water levels. The second day brought a change in wind direction, and with the wind against me and little current, paddling was tough. At times it was easier to walk. It had been a long day, but I found a nice grassy place to camp, less sheltered than the night before, maybe a bit close to the river, but it would do, I was tired. It was here that I caught a beautiful plateada or silver trout of maybe 2 to 3 kilograms. These silver trout are migratory, and in the Limay Medio they swim upstream in search of food before returning to spawn in the lake. The river would now take me to Naupa Huen, a small indigenous Mapuche community, where I'd arranged to be picked up by Vanina Martinez the following day. It was then an 85-kilometre drive back to the nearest town, where I'd get the bus to Bariloche, change money and drink cold beer. Please see below for more information, or if you'd like to leave me a message.